Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hold My Nugget Studios for Week 7 of your 2019 AAF Game Highlight Commentary. Once upon a time, you used to fear punt returners named Dion. Now they got butterfingers as Dion Holloman would fumble on the place, recovered by the San Diego Fleet. And they'd waste little time heading to the turnover embassy and cashing that fumble in for some points as Terrell Watson would go into the end zone for the touchdown. Taylor Birdlet lines up for a 32-yard field goal, and unlike Analingus, it's good. 3 points for the Salt Lake Stallions. The Orlando Apollos in the reality stone-colored zone. Rosetta Stone, magnificent motherfucker, as Devon Smith would go into the end zone for the Apollos score, and he would also extend the lead to 8 on the 2-point conversion. The Arizona Hotshots in the period-colored zone. Trevor Knight takes the snap, dials up voicemail because he's calling his own number, dives into the end zone to even up the score for the Hotshots. I don't know why people say sleeping with your siblings is wrong. Shouldn't you open up to people you love? Sweet home Alabama. As Luis Perez would find Braden Bowman in the end zone for an 11-yard touchdown, and on the 2-point conversion, they'd activate their dreadlock powers as Trent Richardson would go into the end zone to give Birmingham an 8-0 lead. The San Antonio Commanders driving Logan Morning Woodside, looking towards his left. He's got Mikael McKay in the end zone for a 21-yard touchdown as San Antonio would take the lead. Donnie Hagman lines up from 47 yards out. He'd kick it through the uprights. It's good, and he'd give San Diego the lead. Here come the Commanders, baby. Woodside got a man. But he plays for the other team. The pass is intercepted by Cody No Rhodes Brown. 54-yard field goal for the Arizona Hotshots. If Nick Folk is kicking it, you know it's going to be wide to the... Wait a minute, did that just go in? Am I being punked? The Atlanta Legends driving Aaron Murray takes the snap. He'd find Malachi Jones in the end zone for an 8-yard touchdown. But much like climbing to the summit of Mount Everest, it's all downhill from here. Who got the ball? Terrence McGee. Look at his head. Hair like Whoopi. Did he score? That's what I see. I heard him say the dreadlocks took over me as Terrence McGee would go into the end zone and score the touchdown for the Memphis Express, and on the 2-point conversion, Brandon Silvers would find Daniel Williams and they'd even up the score at 8. Taylor Birdlet lines up from 53 yards out and he kicks it through the uprights, and it's good. Now I know that's real. That's no genjutsu. When you're inside the 5-yard line, you don't give the ball to a mulatto. You give it to the man with dreadlocks. Did you hear that, Pete Carroll? As Trent Richardson would activate his dreadlock powers and go into the end zone for the iron touchdown, and on the 2-point conversion, he would tell the Express 2 for your mistakes.
I'm looking for my Johnny. Where is my Johnny? Johnny boy. Do you know Johnny?
He's back, baby. It's a wild Johnny Manziel. Meanwhile, in Atlanta, Devon Smith gets that toss, and he'd run into the end zone for his second touchdown on the day. If you haven't noticed, on the first score, he exposed his left testicle. Now he exposed his right testicle. What kind of camera angle is this? John Wolford took the snap. We done missed the completion, but it's caught by Thomas Duarte, who'd go into the end zone for the hot shot touchdown. But in all seriousness, I'm all for cinematography, but we don't gotta get all dynamic with the angles. This ain't no porno film. But John Wolford would take the snap, throw the ball to Richard Mullaney, and he'd find Marquise Bundy in the end zone to extend the hot shot lead. Think fast. Josh Woodrum takes the snap. He's got a man. But he plays for the other team. The pass is intercepted by North Carolina, Duke Thomas.
Do you know Johnny?
I know Johnny, you know Johnny. That's Johnny Football. Johnny on the spot with the completion to move the chains and bring the Memphis Express into field goal range. Back to Arizona, where the only place you don't need an air conditioner is the graveyard. As John Wolford takes the snap, he'd find Dion Holloman in the end zone for a 15-yard score. The Express send out Austin McGinnis for a 34-yard field goal, and it's gonna be... It's off the uprights, and it's no good. I thought when we hit the uprights, that's a good thing. No, Cody Parkey, I'd rather send my daughter on a date with Ted Bundy than have you as my kicker. Put your motherfucking head back down, dummy. Back to Arizona we go. San Diego with the ball. Mike Bercovici.
Mamma mia!
His pass is caught by Marcus Ball, who goes into the end. Did he go into the end zone? Did they just call that a touchdown? Well, it's a score for the Fleet, but woo, clitoris alert, woo, clitoris alert, woo. It's as if people have not learned from Deshaun Jackson, or they're caught in some sort of refusing to score touchdown genjutsu. Cross the damn line before you do away with the football. And to make matters worse, the referees went under the hood and couldn't determine that this was not a touchdown and awarded San Diego with 6 points. Just a clusterfuck of stupidity. Nick Rose would connect on a field goal from 24 yards out, break the tie, and give San Antonio the lead. Devon Smith gets the handoff once again for the Orlando Apollos. He'd go into the end zone for his third touchdown, and he completely exposed his nutsack all over the Atlanta Legends. Taylor Burtlett lines up from 52 yards out. He'd kick it through the uprights and even up the score once again for the Stallions. Nick Novak gets in on the kicking as well from 28 yards out to extend the Iron lead. Here comes Atlanta, baby. Aaron Murray takes the snap, looking left.
Give me that.
The pass is intercepted by Ayodeji Olatoye, and he's headed to McDonald's. Can I get a McPick 6? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. The Atlanta Legends ain't shit as he goes 65 yards the other way to extend the Apollos' lead. Garrett Gilbert would convert on the two-point conversion, and they're spreading the legs of the corpse of the Legends. Taylor Burtlett from 54 yards out.
What is that?
The Iron to punt the ball. Hey, wait a minute. Watch out for that Snorlax! Snorlax used block. The ball was ricocheted into the air, picked up off the ground by Terrell Bonds, and he's headed into the end zone for a 50-yard block punt return touchdown.
Johnny Boy.
Johnny Manziel on the two-point conversion takes the snap, looking towards his left. The pass is caught, but it's out of bounds, so it really doesn't count. Here come the Atlanta Legends, baby. Aaron Murray got a man to back of the end zone, but his hands are just for decoration. What happened to his hands? Following an Atlanta Legends turnover on downs, the Orlando Apollos would matriculate down the field, and Garrett Gilbert would find Charles Johnson in the end zone for a 7-yard touchdown, and it appears that the Atlanta Legends are participating in the Jeffrey Dahmer Necrophilia Challenge because they may be dead, but somehow they're still getting Coach! Your team sucks more than a harlot in a Brazos film. Put your motherfucking head back down, dummy! And with this win, the Orlando Apollos would become the first team in AAF history to qualify for the playoffs. And look at Steve Spurrier. I mean, I know he's old, but this man walking like he got something shoved up his ass.
I like it.
I told him, you better get that thing out of my ass or I'm gonna shit on it.
Donnie Hagman would line up from 49 yards out. Watch out for that Articuno! Pushed it slightly to the right. It's no good. The Birmingham Iron in the Sioux zone. Luis Perez takes the snap. He'd find West Saxton in the end zone, and Birmingham would extend their lead. Back to Arizona we go. 2nd and 10. John Wolford takes the snap, and he must have went to a Caribbean party before the game because he split in the middle. Took the ankles of the safety from a distance, went into the end zone for the 35-yard touchdown.
That's how a white man runs a football.
But back the other way come the fleet Mike Bercovici.
Mamma mia!
He's intercepted by Steven Johnson, and he's headed the other way. He turns into a Hitman top, but he couldn't keep his balance. Think fast. Marquise Williams takes the snap for the Commanders, connects with Trey Williams, but you might as well call him Trey Songs, cause
I'm about to die for you.
touchdown Commanders, and they regain the lead. And the Commanders would take out their Uno cards on the two-point conversion as Marquise Williams takes the snap, looking towards his left. He's got Greg Ward, who tell the Stallions 2 for your mistakes. Austin McGinnis would line up for a 22-yard field goal. He'd kick it through the uprights and cut the deficit to 1 score. Nick Folk lines up for a 20-yard field goal, and you already know it's going to be wide to the way he made another field goal. He made both field goals, and he hasn't missed a field goal in 2 weeks. Okay, this makes sense. Armageddon is on the way. We're clearly going to die soon. But here come the San Diego Fleet, baby. Mike Bercovici.
Mamma mia!
The pass is intercepted by Shaquille Richardson. 2 minutes left to play for the Stallions. Josh Woodrum looking towards his right. He's got Terrell Newby participating in the 10 toes down challenge to cut the Salt Lake deficit to 2. But on the 2-point conversion, Josh Woodrum got a man. But he plays for the other team. The pass is intercepted by Devontae Bosby, and when the Salt Lake Stallions went to the car dealership, they had to buy automatic because they couldn't have the clutch in the car. And he's headed to McDonald's. Can I get a McPick 2? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. You're gonna lose. 27 seconds left to play for the Memphis Express. Brandon Silvers would find Reese Horn, who'd go into the end zone and cut the Memphis deficit to 2. Game on the line. Brandon Silvers takes the snap. He'd find another Brandon. It's Brandon Barnes, and they'd even up the score at 25 and force the very first AAF overtime game in the league's history. First possession, 3rd and goal for the Iron.
Holy shit!
Luis Perez is sacked. A score would win it here for Memphis. Brandon Silvers would find Daniel Williams in the end zone, and the Memphis Express come from behind and defeat the Birmingham Iron.
Where is my Johnny? Johnny boy.
For the Birmingham Iron, San Diego Fleet, Salt Lake Stallions, and Atlanta Legends, take out your Metro cards and get aboard the L train. Why aren't you following me? Why haven't you subscribed already? You don't hear this shit? I'm hilarious.
What the hell wrong with them? What's wrong with them? What's wrong with it?
You big dummy! Nancy! Nancy! Hold my nuggets. Suck my dick!